Hi there, tanker fans. So I went out, happened to be going past my local Esso petrol station here in Gomshall, and a tanker had pulled up and it was ready to discharge fuels. So rather than drive past, I thought, too good an opportunity. So I stopped to take a few pictures. Hope you find it interesting. So this is the site in Gomshall that I visited this time last week, and it was empty back then, and it's been empty today. You'll remember I talked about having to reverse across the A25, and that's what this driver's done. He will have come down from West London. Most of that journey will have been in the dark, pulled up across, literally across the A25 in the dark, and reversed that tanker up that slight hill to get it onto the forecourt. The other side of the tanker, there's a wall. He's probably about a metre away from the wall. There's a wall at the back. He'll be about a metre away from that. And all the time in that tanker, there's probably about 30,000 litres, a mixture of mostly unleaded and some diesel. So this was interesting for me because when I was doing it back in the early 90s, mid 90s perhaps, the max weight was 40 tons, and now I think it must be 42 or 44 over 6 axles. And if you take a look at this vehicle, the tractor unit has got 3 axles and the trailer unit's got 3 axles, but on the tractor unit, that second axle goes up and goes down depending upon the weight that's on the 5th wheel. So then if you look at those pots going across the top, in litres it's 76, 72, 72, 72, 572. So if you add all that up, it's 41,400 litres is the maximum that you could put in there. So if you were to fill it all up with unleaded, then that would weigh out at 30,636 kilograms, because a litre of unleaded weighs 748 grams. If you were to do the same but fill it all up with diesel, then it would be 34 tons, 444 kilograms. Diesel is heavier than unleaded. So this is where the weight stuff starts to get complicated, because you've got the weight of the tractor unit, which I reckon is pretty lightweight. I think they strip everything out of that. I think that probably weighs 5,000 kilograms, 5 tons. And then the weight of the trailer, which again, I think is pretty lightweight. I think that's as much aluminium on it as possible and super stripped down. So I think that probably weighs about 5 tons, perhaps a little bit more, perhaps a little bit less. So empty, that's 10 tons. And then you can fill it up, max it up with 20, 22 tons, perhaps 24 tons of product. And then so what you're constantly doing then is trying to max out the volume of refined product without going overweight, and all that's done automatically now. It was pretty much all automatic when I was doing it 20 years ago, so it must be way better at doing it now. So online automated systems will know the actual weight of that vehicle and that tanker unit. It'll know what the site's ordered, and what it will be looking to do is optimizing the amount of fuel that can fit on that road tanker. So what I want you to do now is just take a look at those drain pipes coming off. So there's 6 pots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 pots. So there's 6 discharge valves at the bottom. If you look above those, there's some pipes there, and the driver will take those pipes and attach them to the offload valves into the offset valves that are underneath those grids just in front of the tyres there to discharge the product. And remembering, what he doesn't want to do is have a crossover. As you can see, the forecourt is closed. There's no one there. The driver was actually in the shop doing his due diligence bit to make sure that there's enough volume in the underground tanks. There will definitely be enough volume in the underground tanks because that site was closed today, and that's what we're seeing all through here. So hopefully that's a little bit of interesting. This is what it looks like in the real world, and it feels to me like things are getting a little bit better. I hope that your tank is full, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye. I've just realized the way that I should have signed off in all of these was tanks a lot. So I cracked myself up and wasted, honestly.